Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So, in the last episode I built the guest hall over here as well as the rabbit's lodgings, which you can now go into, and yeah, it's largely empty. Anyways, in between episodes, I have gotten a lot more stuff. I've gotten quite a bit more wood. And I've gotten lots more polished andesite, which actually I probably don't need quite that much. Here I got a few more lanterns, and I refilled my stone supplies. So, to get started on this episode, we need a kitchen, and I think the best spot to put one would be just back here. So, yeah, I'm gonna get started on that, and then I will be right back. So for the kitchen roof, I actually used a single slab slope, which I've never actually done on the Abbey before. So yeah, that's interesting. And of course there's just one fireplace here, but I might consider expanding it to two. Alright, so I'm back, and this is the kitchen, and as you can see I've moved my furnace into it. There's not very much else, as I'm still not entirely sure what a medieval kitchen would fully look like, but my furnace is now out of the way, and I also thought that I would let it lead in to the abbot's room, because although I do want him to go into the refectory, I think that, like, if he's having guests over, it might be worthwhile to put in a table in here, and therefore also a door into the kitchen, so that he can get his food and it doesn't have to go all the way down this corridor and then around here and then all the way around here, considering it shares a wall. Right, so I'm thinking of building a table in here, but that's probably not going to cover a sensible amount of time to put into an entire time lapse. However, I might try and split this up into floors, apart from the attic, which of course probably I'll just keep empty anyways because it's an attic. But yeah, I guess I'll get started on that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so a very basic furnishing, table downstairs. I put two rooms upstairs, but one of them is just behind the camera. Alright, so I am back again, and as you can see I've put in a table down here, and I've put in a couple of rooms up here, and I also forgot to put doors on these rooms because they clearly need doors. And this person now has a little table that they can write at. Missing a stair, I can just put that there. And yeah, the attic is still completely empty because it's an attic, and it would probably only be used for storage, except there's this nice neat storage building over there. So the final thing that I would like to do this episode is we currently have this very non-finished passage that just leads out into the world. So quite a lot of abbeys had a second cloisters, sometimes called an infirmary cloister or a lay brothers cloisters, and that's what I think would probably go the best here. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so well, as I have said, I'm going to call it the Lay Brothers Cloister, but I think either name works. I decided to build it in a 2x3, so it's not actually got a square centre, it's got a rectangular centre. And yeah, I also, well, the roof slopes away from the building, from the dormitory, and of course the cloister needs it the other way round, at least in my opinion. So I had to shuffle that around, and yeah, this is like the previous cloister, and I'm planning on putting buildings around it, but that's not going to be happening in this episode. I also started building the roof and then realised that I probably wanted to put in the internal sections of the roof before putting in the top bit, because it was quite inconvenient. And yeah, that's the end of this time lapse. Alright, so I am back, and as you can see, this is the new cloister. It's just beside the dormitory and a block lower than the floor level of the dormitory, because it goes up a block to get to the dormitory. It's a lot smaller than my other cloister, but this is after all the infirmary or Lay Brothers cloister. And yeah, I placed down these lanterns actually when the ground was less well lit up. Well, because these lanterns weren't in. And yeah, that's probably all the time that I have for today. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, goodbye.